Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So it is really dark outside, even though it shouldn't be, and I turned on some of my art lights. So hopefully that's not gonna kind of wash the video out. But basically, this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while, and it's about my YouTube journey. So I started my YouTube channel last year in July. And I've been really thinking about how I can make a video sharing everything that I've learned. What would I do differently? And do I agree with, the tons of videos out there that tell you, the do's and don'ts of starting a YouTube channel. So the very first thing that everybody says, and it's 100% true, is that your first 100 videos are going to absolutely suck. Like, they are just gonna suck. Like, unless you are one of those rare people that just knows how to speak to the camera and you feel totally comfortable, etc., etc. Your first 100, and I would say even more than that, is really going to be awful, because there's so many things about making videos that you don't really think about and you don't know. There are the technical aspects. Like when I look at my first, God, I don't know how many videos, the lighting is terrible, the sound is terrible, and then there's all the other just 101 things that happen. So we learn by doing. Like, there's just no way that somebody's going to start a YouTube channel and they're just going to be like, oh, okay, I figured everything out and I'm great. It's just not going to happen. So you just have to kind of just factor in that your first 100 videos or so are going to be awful, but it's okay. Everybody's first 100 videos are awful. So just, make the 100 videos. You're gonna learn something from each of those videos. And what I tried to do, and what everybody advised, and I totally agree with this, is that try to learn something from each video and try to make the next video just a little bit better. It could be like even 5% better. Like maybe you do a different angle, or maybe you figure out the lighting or the sound or whatever it is. So just try to learn from each video that you make, try to make each video better, and just keep on going, keep on making the videos. And for me personally, like, talking into the camera was just so like, I was terrified to do it. Like, I don't know, I had a psychological block, but the thing that really got me out of it, honestly, was just talking about Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Because once I started making my video series on her, I was just so freaking excited to share everything I knew, everything I was learning, all the downloads I was getting. I was just like, oh my God, like, I am just so in my element, because I just wanted to share, like, her work and what it's meant to me, and just all the delicious stuff that goes along with her. So for me, that was what got me out of the stiltedness. Like, it's still a bit nerve-wracking, and every now and again I do get like, oh my God, like, whatever. But basically, just try to make everything a little bit better with each video and learn. Of course, you're gonna learn. And the thing is that, honestly, if you can just keep on going and not give up, because I think a lot of people, they might get discouraged and they might give up. So I would say just keep on making your videos, keep on trying to learn a little bit, trying to improve a little bit, and just keep on making those videos. You are going to get better. You're going to learn how to do things faster, easier, quicker, or just in a way that's better suited to your personality. Like, some people, they actually love editing videos, and they actually enjoy the whole process of editing. I've heard them say that, and it just boggles my mind, because I mean, it is just so, like, to me, the thought of like spending hours editing would just scramble up my brain. But work with your personality, work with what you're gonna stick with and what you like doing. So the second thing that everybody said, besides the fact that your first 100 videos are absolutely going to suck, is that I've heard people say, because before I started my YouTube channel, I, went on YouTube and I said, if you want to start a YouTube channel, the advice and do's and don'ts and etc. And what a lot of people said was that it is better to post 3 videos a week consistently than to post, say, 20 videos each day and then, not post for, I don't know, a month or whatever. So just be consistent. And I would agree with that. Now, there is the point of, when you are creative and you're a creative person, there are ebbs and flows to creativity. So sometimes, you might be in an ebb state and you may not have the juice to be creative. So I did think about that. I did think about, hey, maybe I should put some of my videos on private and then, just stagger them. And that way, if I was going through a state of an ebb, like an ebb state, a creative dry spell, then I could still be consistent. I did think about that, but honestly, you guys, that's just not in my personality. I'm just like a person that, say for instance, when I did my mini collages, or when I talk about Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes or whatever it is, I just want to share it. I do. I don't want to wait. And I think, oh, well, what if somebody watches the video on mini collages and it really changes something for them? It helps them, or it allows them to see things in new ways, or whatever it is. So I just want to share it. So that I just want you guys to, if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just keep that in mind, that you might want to, if you make a lot of videos, you might want to put them on private and stagger them, and that way you have the consistency, because that's what everybody says. I don't do that. I just I want to post my stuff out, but that's me, that's my personality. The other thing that people said is, just be who you are, be authentic, and I 100% agree with that. It makes no sense to try to be something you're not, number one, and number two, it's not going to be sustainable. It's hard enough just showing up as yourself. So imagine if you were going to make videos that you are not interested in, or it's just not you. That's just, I don't know, that just seems like a nonsensical thing to do. So, excuse me, I would say yes, 129%. Just be authentic, be yourself, show up as you are, because when you show up as you are going to attract the people that are attracted to that. I love all the weird stuff that artists love. I love my tea bags, and I love my weird and wacky collage junk mail. And I love all, just be who you are, because if you're trying to pretend to be somebody else, you're not going to be able to attract your tribe, the people who are drawn to you, that are going to resonate with what you have to say. So just, show up authentically. I'm not saying don't prepare. I prepare. I don't, generally, well, for this video, I don't have any notes or anything. I'm just speaking from my heart. But generally, I do try to have a cohesive plan that I am going to follow, what I'm going to talk about, etc. Because I have my main points. I don't want to go too off kilter, etc. So I'm not saying don't plan and don't prepare. But what I'm saying is be authentic. Show up as who you are. And another thing about YouTube is, I've been on social media for a really long time. I've been on Instagram for I don't know, I want to say 12, 14 years. And before that, I had a blog. And so I'm kind of, I've put myself out there. I am who I am, etc. But there's something about YouTube, because you're talking into the camera. There's something about YouTube that is very different, and it's it was really unnerving to me. But honestly, it has made me grow in ways I never could have anticipated, and it's made me more confident. And actually, being on YouTube has really fueled my creativity in ways I cannot even begin to explain. because it's allowed me to think of things in new ways, and I'm always thinking about, hey, I'm gonna make this video, what's the best way to approach it, blah blah blah. So I'm looking at creativity, but from a different point of view than just painting. I'm looking at it also from the point of view of creating videos. So it's just a slight shift in perspective, and it's really helped fuel my creativity, and I love it. I'm learning so much about just 101 different things, technical things, artistic things, etc. So yeah, I would say that if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I would say go for it. I would say it does take some time. You have to kind of factor in that it's gonna take some time. There's the time it takes to make the videos, but it's also the time it takes to learn. But we learn as we go along. We take each step. We start before we're ready. We use what we have. And these are all lessons from Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And we take one step at a time. We don't have to know the whole journey. That's not how we work. So I would say that if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, go for it. I have learned so much. I love you guys. This is such a great supportive community. And I mean, it's just been amazing. Especially since, when I started my YouTube channel, I was coming out of a creative dry spell. Like, I had not painted for a year and a half. Like, my art studio was just kind of sitting here. I was not creative at all. In any capacity. I stopped posting on social media, etc., etc. So being on YouTube has really been a journey. It's been a great journey, and it's been a journey of growth, empowerment, community, connection, creativity. It's been just amazing. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I would say go for it. Just show up as you are. Make videos on what interests you, and you never know what's gonna lead from one thing to another. I mean, you might start a YouTube channel on, I don't know, cooking, and then it might morph into something else. That's okay. You're allowed to change your mind. Anyways, thanks so much for listening, you guys, and this is just my 1 year and maybe a little bit, like 1 year and 1 month. So this is my 13-month YouTube journey recap. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.